Have you ever wished your garden could glow like those fancy magazine spreads without spending a fortune? What if I told you Dollar Tree holds the secret to creating magical garden lights for just a few dollars? Imagine stepping outside in the evening and seeing your porch or patio glowing gently, like something out of a storybook, without ever calling an electrician or opening a big bill from the power company. Here on Golden Years Lifestyle Hub, we keep things simple, joyful, and affordable. I want your garden to shine brighter, not your expenses. And don't worry, these projects don't require heavy lifting or expensive tools. They're as easy as setting a light on the table, pouring yourself a cup of tea, and enjoying the glow. If you love easy DIYs that bring life to your porch and patio, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our warm community of garden lovers. When I first tried Dollar Tree lights, I'll be honest, I thought, well, these might last a week. But with a little creativity, they've become treasures that still light up my evenings. My neighbor actually peeked over the fence once and asked if I'd hired a decorator. I just smiled and said, "Nope, Dollar Tree." That's the kind of magic we're talking about here. And the best part, no electrician's license required. Just a dash of imagination, and suddenly, your porch looks like something out of a cozy magazine photo shoot. So, let's dive into 15 genius hacks that will make your porch and patio glow without glowing bills from the electric company. Hack 1. Mason jar solar lanterns. Now, let's start with one of the easiest and most charming ideas, mason jar solar lanterns. All you need to do is take those simple solar stake lights from Dollar Tree, pop the top off, and slip them right into a mason jar. That's it. No waves, no fuss. You can set them on your porch steps or hang them along the rail with a bit of twine. Picture it. Your whole porch softly glowing as the sun sets, almost like you've bottled up sunshine for your evening tea time. One of my friends has this exact setup in her backyard, and her neighbors joke that her garden looks like a little wedding reception every night. Simple, sweet, and so beautiful. Hack 2. Fairy light jars. Here's another favorite, fairy light jars. Take a clear jar, tuck in a strand of battery-operated fairy lights, and suddenly you've got magic in your hands. For fall, I like to slip in a few faux autumn leaves from Dollar Tree too. Reds, oranges, and golds glowing from inside the jar. It's like a mini harvest lantern that costs just a couple of dollars. And the best part? It reminds me of those summer nights long ago, chasing fireflies with a jar in hand. Only this time, no running around the yard. Just the glow without the chase. Now here's one that always gets compliments, hanging solar basket lights. Take a Dollar Tree hanging basket, slip a solar light or two into the center, and surround it with faux flowers or trailing ivy. By day, it looks like a cheerful little planter swaying gently in the breeze. By night, the whole basket glows softly, like a lantern dressed up for a garden party. My neighbor down the street tried this with red geraniums, and I'll tell you, it turned her front porch into the coziest spot on the block. The beauty is it looks high-end, but takes only minutes to put together. Hack 4. Pathway glowing pebbles. For something a little whimsical, let's talk about pathway glowing pebbles. Dollar Tree carries glow-in-the-dark stones that you can scatter along the edge of your garden path, or even outline your flower beds with. During the day, they look like simple little accents, but once the sun sets, they give off this magical soft glow that feels like stepping stones to a secret garden. Here's a bonus tip. Leave them out where they can soak up as much sunlight as possible during the day. That way, they'll shine brighter at night. I once laid them along a walkway leading to a bench, and a friend said it felt like she was walking down a runway made for fairies. Hack 5. Picture frame lanterns. This one is pure charm. Picture frame lanterns. All you need are a few Dollar Tree frames and a little hot glue. Simply glue the frames together into a box shape, drop an LED candle inside, and suddenly you've got yourself a lantern that looks like it came straight out of catalog. The glow through the glass is so warm and gentle. It feels like a lantern you'd see in Grandma's parlor, only much safer and without the worry of wax dripping everywhere. I remember my aunt used to keep old lanterns on her mantle, and these frame lanterns give me that same nostalgic feeling, but with a modern twist. Perfect for tabletops, steps, or tucked into a garden corner for a cozy glow. Hack 6. Solar fence caps. Next, let's move to the edges of your yard with solar fence caps. This hack couldn't be easier. Just take Dollar Tree solar lights, flip them upside down, and place them on top of your fence posts. In the evening, your fence line will light up like a gentle string of stars guiding you home. If your posts are a little wobbly, you can add a touch of weather-resistant glue to keep them in place. Not only does this add beauty, but it also gives you extra safety when walking around at night. My friend tried this on her white picket fence, and every time I visit, I tell her it looks like something out of a Hallmark movie. Hack 7. DIY lamppost planter. Now here's a project that's as clever as it is beautiful. The DIY lamppost planter. Start with a simple Dollar Tree planter, place a PVC pipe in the center, and top it off with a solar light. Fill the planter with soil and your favorite flowers. Marigolds, petunias, or even ivy that will trail down the sides. By day, you've got a cheerful planter bursting with color. By night, it transforms into a glowing little lamppost that lights the way. It's 2 jobs in one, garden beauty and gentle evening light. A friend of mine has one by her front steps, and everyone who visits asks where she bought it. She just laughs and says, Dollar Tree and a free afternoon. Hack 8. Tea light wall sconces. For something simple yet elegant, let's talk about tea light wall sconces. Take a few Dollar Tree glass candle holders, mount them to a wooden board or directly onto a porch wall, and slip in flameless tea lights. The soft flicker looks like real candlelight, but without the risk of open flames. It gives your porch a cozy, old-fashioned glow, almost like the kind you'd find in a country inn. I remember visiting my grandmother's house, where she always had little sconces on the walls, casting a warm light at night. These DIY sconces bring back that same feeling, only now it's completely safe, and costs just a few dollars to create. Hack 9. Glowing plant stakes. This one is like giving your flowers their own night lights, glowing plant stakes. All you need to do is take a few garden stakes, give them a coat of paint if you'd like, white, green, or even gold for a little sparkle, and then top them with Dollar Tree solar lights. Place these stakes right between your flowers, and suddenly it looks as if your blooms are glowing all on their own once the sun sets. Imagine roses, marigolds, or petunias with a soft halo of light around them. Absolutely magical. I once helped a neighbor line her rose bed with these, and she said every evening felt like walking through an enchanted garden. It's simple, affordable, and a little touch of wonder. Hack 10. DIY chandelier with hula hoop. Now for a showstopper. The DIY chandelier with a hula hoop. Pick up a hula hoop from Dollar Tree, wrap it tightly with strands of fairy lights, and then suspend it from your porch ceiling with sturdy twine or ribbon. When it lights up at night, your porch instantly feels grand, like you've set the stage for a summer evening ball. It's the kind of project that makes guests stop and say, wow. Gentle humor here. It's like your garden just got promoted to ballroom status. I know a friend who hung one of these over her outdoor dining table, and every dinner feels like a special occasion now, even if it's just soup and sandwiches. Hack 11. Birdcage lanterns. There's something timeless about birdcage lanterns. Pick up a faux birdcage from Dollar Tree or repurpose one you already have, and simply fill it with fairy lights or a small LED candle. When the lights flicker inside, it feels like you've stepped into a vintage garden party. The charm is in the details, the delicate cage framing the soft glow. I remember my grandmother used to keep an old birdcage on her porch, not for birds, but just as a decoration. Adding lights to one brings that same nostalgic touch, but with a magical twist. Place them on a side table, hang them from a hook, or even tuck one into the garden for a hidden glow that surprises visitors at night. Hack 12. Solar wine bottle lights. Now here's a hack that's both practical and pretty. Solar wine bottle lights. Instead of tossing out those empty wine bottles, slip a strand of string lights inside and let them shine. You can cluster a few bottles together for a glowing centerpiece or line them along a porch railing for a soft, colorful accent. For a little extra flair, try painting the bottles with glass paint so the glow takes on shades of blue, green, or amber. It feels like you've turned simple leftovers into artwork. A friend of mine keeps these on her patio table, and guests always comment on how cozy and creative it looks. It's proof that with a touch of light, even an old bottle can find new life. This one brings a touch of old-fashioned charm. Upcycled tin can luminaries. Instead of tossing those soup cans, give them a new life. Just punch little holes into the sides, maybe simple dots or even patterns like stars and hearts. Then spray paint the cans in your favorite colors. Slip a tea light or a flameless candle inside. And when the glow shines through, it casts tiny starry patterns across your porch. It feels a bit like those summer nights when we'd poke holes in cardboard boxes to make pretend constellations. A friend of mine lined her driveway with these, and visitors always slowed down to admire the twinkling designs dancing across the ground. Simple, nostalgic, and so magical. Hack 14. Porch Rail Glow Jars. Now let's dress up those porch rails with glow jars. Take a row of mason jars, place solar lights inside, and line them neatly along your porch railing. As the evening comes, your whole porch will look like it's gently wrapped in a ribbon of light. It's practical, too. You'll always have a safe, well-lit walkway. Here's a safety tip. Secure each jar with zip ties or sturdy twine, so there's no risk of them tipping over in a breeze. I once saw this done on a neighbor's porch, and I'll admit, I felt a twinge of porch envy. It looked so warm and welcoming, like the perfect spot to sit and sip tea with friends. Hack 15. Hanging crystal light orbs. For our final touch of magic, hanging crystal light orbs. Pick up a few crystal ornaments from Dollar Tree. Wrap or tuck in strands of fairy lights, and hang them from hooks or tree branches around your porch or patio. As the evening breeze stirs, the crystals catch the light and scatter it in little sparkles, almost like dancing fireflies. It's the kind of glow that makes you pause, take a deep breath, and just enjoy the beauty of the moment. I remember visiting a friend who tried this, and her whole porch shimmered as if it had been sprinkled with stardust. Neighbors would walk by slowly just to admire it. It's simple, affordable, and yet feels like a treasure you'd find at a fancy garden party. Bonus tips. Before we finish, let me share a few little secrets that make all the difference. When you're placing your lights, remember, clusters always look richer than singles. 3 jars glowing together will feel more magical than one standing alone. And don't be afraid to switch things up with the seasons. In autumn, tuck in orange and gold leaves. At Christmas, add sprigs of pine or red berries. And in spring, brighten everything with faux tulips or daisies. One last tip for ease. Choose lightweight projects whenever possible, so you can move them around without strain. Your garden should bring you joy, never extra work. So let's quickly revisit the glow we've created together today. Jars that shine like bottled sunshine, hanging lights that sway like stars, pathways outlined in a soft glow, and statement pieces that make your porch feel grand. 15 simple, affordable ways to make your garden sparkle. Remember, you don't need a fancy budget to create a fancy glow. Your garden deserves light, laughter, and a little Dollar Tree magic. Now, I'd love to know, out of all these hacks, which one would you love to try first? Tell me in the comments. I can't wait to hear your ideas. And if today's video inspired you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Golden Year's Lifestyle Hub for more cozy, budget-friendly garden projects. Until next time, may your porch shine bright, your patio glow with joy, and your golden years be full of light.